Yeah, good morning, brothers and sisters, both in the and diaspora. My own part is to make sure we eradicate illegal collection. My duty is not to fight. My own part is to make sure I make people to comply to the tax law. My duty is to ensure that the taxpayer are paying with this. And I'm having a challenge through the union that is, people that is collecting illegal money, it's not easy for you to engage with them. I'm begging the state government to please, to understand, my own duty is to increase the IGRO. With this illegal money they are collecting, if government can pronounce what's supposed to be going to them and what's supposed to be going to government, and there's no other thing coming out from this driver, I think they will be happy to pay it. As I speak, any driver that complain is having problem out there. Some drivers, they've even drove them away not to walk again in the park. And this is their habit, and this is where they feed their family. So a lot of challenges going on. I want to beg the state government to please, they should take this matter serious. It will increase IGRO, and it will also reduce the transportation, and it will also engage a lot of youth in Board of Internal Revenue. My duty is not to collect revenue or to generate or to collect anything from anybody. My duty is to ensure that I compel people to apply, to comply. Sorry for that English. I compel people to comply. Comparing them is to tell them, have you paid your fee today? Say yes. Hope you are okay. Hope everything. That's my duty. My duty is not to fight. But I was surprised yesterday they engaged us along the line carrying on our duty. It is so sad, and we cannot continue living in this kind of atmosphere. I've come out and to say enough is enough, and I will not stop, and I will not end until the government that sent me message says stop. Until the illegality, we just started from transportation. We are going to market section. We are going to all departments of illegality. Thank you. May God bless you.
Gentlemen, my name remains Comrade Kabaka Adu, the Chief Enforcer to Edo State Board of Internal Revenue. My end is that there's a lot of lapses. There's a lot of revenue going away that government is not aware of, that government is supposed to be generating for infrastructure and development. But I will open up for you and thank God all my movements over this exercise. I move with government media and personal media crew. I think I have like 6 media crew. Sir, I will tell you vividly, if government is really interested to generate money, they need to buckle up. So what happened, my experience over these few days of doing this job? I have the video tape. That's why I come with the media, so that we can play some for you. I will tell you vividly that union make 98% of revenue generation in Edo State, while government is just taking 2%.
Okay, so 2 videos of Comrade Kabaka Adu there speaking to first the public, and then the other video was done earlier than the second one. However, he was speaking to or talking to the board of directors of the Edo State Board of Internal Revenues, I think. All right, and then 2 mixed feelings, by the way, mixed feelings. Number 1 is the fact that I'm quite impressed hearing and seeing Kabaka talk corporate governance, and that's quite fantastic. But secondly, is it that Comrade is quite being mischievous and do not want people to enjoy what he enjoyed several years ago? So those are the 2 issues, but I'll bring it here clearly. And I speak as an Edolite who is interested in the growth of Edo State. I may say a few things that you do not like. I may say some things that you do not like. Doesn't mean that I am taking side or whatever it seems to you. First, The fact that, okay, what I did not add to these videos because I didn't want to be too long is a video of the chairman of the drivers on wheel. I think that's the association of the commercial drivers in Edo State. I think whether it's specifically the bus drivers or plus the taxi, but there's a drivers on wheel. And then since Comrade Tony Kabaka and his Atakpalakpa, a union or group, were commissioned to enforce tax payment and compliance in Edo State, he said, according to him, that he's been getting resistance from the drivers union because they are making so much money. Now, if you hear Comrade Kabaka talk there, he's talking first. He even slighted the government to say the government needs to be serious. The government seems not to be serious. In the other video, you hear him continually mention that the government needs to come out. So he is advising the government to be out and out about what should this drivers union, what should drivers pay, so that he could clamp down on the drivers on wheel, on the drivers union, from collecting what he now refers to as illegal revenue. All of this can be, but I'll tell you where I'm taking this to, right? And so, but on the other part, these guys have been resisting, and I hear that they've been series of arrests, series of fights and quarrels. In fact, let me say this at this point. One of the revelations of this Okpebholo's government is Comrade Tony Kabaka. And I've seen people insult him, people call him out. It's not because he's a mighty person, but he's been open. I'm sure that the last 8 years of Obaseki taught him a huge lesson. And he's been open to conversations. In fact, I didn't expect that he would. I had thought that this enforcement was a different thing until I hear him say he doesn't have any business with collecting money and revenue. His job is just to ensure that they comply by way of checking all of the tickets and everything that is being paid. But currently, on the streets of Benin, the drivers union are collecting more revenue. And then he's saying that if the government is really, if Okpebholo is serious about internally generated revenue, there needs to be heavy on, because like he said, 98% of the revenues go to the drivers union, while only 2% come to the state. And that is the point. The point is, Kabaka is trying to tell us that while he had the opportunity to have collected revenue on behalf of the state, his own was even more massive. He had all the local governments in Edo State, all senatorial district, beyond just collecting from drivers, collecting from market women, from artisans, from vendors. He is saying that he made 98% and only 2%, because I'm not sure he has done all of the statistics, but he could use his head to remember how he had to go and celebrate 1 billion naira. This is not the Kabaka shade. I'm just saying, a government that is serious will be listening to the consultant that you engaged. That's the point. A serious government, because he has got the experience. He's been there. He said that this money is going to private pockets. Okpebholo, don't allow this to happen. That's what he's like a John the Baptist speaking. I know we don't like Kabaka, but can we just listen to him? Can somebody call Okpebholo to say, listen to this guy? Unfortunately, the problem is the person that Kabaka is trying to, like I said, he can be impressive, he can be good, he can also be very mischievous. He may not just want somebody else also amass all of the wealth, because I be like some money they come in pocket. May somebody else go sit down. No, what is good for the goose is good for the gander. If money no they come, I may not go anybody hand. Now so he be, I will lie for you. So I could understand from his point, and I think the governor should listen to him. He's got a point. I stand with Kabaka. I stand with him, and I'm not joking. This is not. I stand with Kabaka. I think that the government needs to listen to him. He's got an experience. He's been there. He's garnered revenue on behalf of the state, and he knows what happens. And now, as an enforcer, he doesn't want any of those things. He doesn't want anybody to grow and become unnecessarily billionaire from collecting money on behalf of the state or whatever union it is. He said 98%. 98% goes to this union. In his case, it was private pocket. For him, see, let me tell you the fact. I recognize that for Kabaka, his role there was a bit different. This is a union. Kabaka had a contract to collect revenue on behalf of course. Shomole was a manual person. Let me not spoil this thing. I'll keep it. Shomole was a manual person, so he engaged him. And no disrespect for Shomole. At that time, that was the most. Bobizwa did it for Lucky Benedio. So it was okay for Kabaka to do it for Shomole. It was only normal that Obaseki came and thought of a different ideology, and it worked for him. So Okpebholo is now employing both Lucky Gwenezio or Shomole strategy. I'm not sure there is any Obaseki strategy in any of this. Okay, I'll wait to see what medium they're using to pay all of these taxes and revenues, as it were. But then he has a compliance team, or yes, on ground, to help ensure that people comply. So that is like a check and balance. So while these guys are collecting money on the street, there is another team who is going to check. And because he has been there, again, experience, he's been there, he knows what is illegal and what. You see, he's heavy on illegal taxation, but his hands are tight because the government is here to be clear. If you are close to Okpebholo, tell him. Kabaka is speaking to him. If you engage the consultant, listen to the consultant. Did you guys not do a lot of, or maybe they undermined the street there? And Kabaka thought it was as usual, but of course, Shaba is there and saying, no, see, all of us now get this government. It's unfortunate, but I think the government should listen to Kabaka. I stand with him as somebody who has been there. He's trying to advise us of what to do so that all of these revenues do not go to waste. And why am I interested? I'm an Edo indigenous. I'm interested in seeing Edo money works for Edo people. One of the reasons why I didn't support the APC and Okpebholo, I must say it, and I think I've said it everywhere, is the Agberos that you're supporting the government. And if I remember vividly of what happened in that Shomole's government, and I hope that Okpebholo intervenes before this become a crisis. I can tell you for free. I am standing at King Square, Ring Road, in front of First Bank by the ATM. I'd gone to see a friend inside First Bank that year, and then I stood, see gunshot from Rokpota Hall. I've said this story several times, and gunshot from a Biwe Junction. Two different revenue collection groups under Oshomole were shooting gun in the heat of the day, hot afternoon. People were running at Tasketa. It wasn't a war, it wasn't a militia, it was the revenue collectors had guns kept in various places. And then I saw women, I saw men. When I was able to get back home, I swore with my life that was all. And guess what? The governor didn't do anything about it. I think they had one. So at any point, anybody these guys support, all of these revenue collectors support, I stay away. I just stay away completely, because that experience is still very, like yesterday. It gives me nostalgic feeling. So every time I'm trying to avoid that kind of thing. So I hope this is curtailed and managed so that it doesn't mess up, it doesn't get to that stage. And I think the governor should listen to Kabaka. I think we should listen to Kabaka. Peace and love. Well done, Comrade Tony Kabaka. I saw the English you are speaking, and I'm impressed. Keep it up. See you other time. Bye for now.